Hey guys, it's Misty. I want to welcome you to another Marketing Monday. We have an extra special edition for you today. You can see all the treats that we have on the table. I'm going to make a witty comment about Halloween, but I'm not, except I'm super excited because September's coming up, which means it's almost Halloween. And that's my favorite thing of life and plus food. So we're happy to go wrong today with our guests. So I have Bree Beckford here. She's actually a fellow Palmetto alumni or alumnus, I should say, because we're alumnae, I think is the way you say it, plural women. I think so. Look it up, but I think that's right. And she is Charcuterie Bree is how she goes by. That's her business. These are her amazing creations right here. We're going to try and get you better camera angles, but she's here to talk about this business that she started after COVID. She made a big pivot in her business life, and then these things were born, right? It was sort of like a passion for her. So anyway, Bree, I don't want to tell your story. You tell your story. Welcome to the show and tell us all about your business here.
Well, I was doing events. After being a soccer mom for many years, I decided I need to do something. So I started doing a bunch of events while my son got older in high school. And then I was building a whole portfolio because you need visual, you need, a big portfolio to show, to build a website. I can't have one event and say, look, this is what I did. So I needed multiple in multiple locations. So I was in the process of building that. And then COVID. And I did this always for a hobby and just for fun. And I always host a lot of events myself at home, or if somebody would ask me to do one for their event, I would do it as well and sell it to them. So it just kind of like started. My friends started asking me, hey, can you make me one? I, have a party to go to. And it just started that way. I made a couple for Thanksgiving last year for people. And then by word of mouth, it just picked up. And by Christmas and New Year's, I had a ton of orders already. I had like 13 to do on New Year's Eve and had no idea how I was going to do them. It was learn as I go, kind of, and some friends helping and mostly on my own. And then after that, I did some research and looked into actually making it a legitimate LLC and turning it, opening a business bank account and everything else. And then kind of relearning marketing as well, because I went to school so many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And everything changed.
Everything
there was no
changed.
social media.
Yeah.
And
we're not giving away our age, but we are. There was no social media when we were in school.
We're very young.
we are, but we aren't. Yeah. At least there was internet, guys. We had that.
Yeah, the whole world. I mean, I still can't figure out TikTok. I'm working on it.
Yeah, that's definitely its own monster.
Yeah, you have to have somebody like filming you, and
that's a whole process. It looks fun and easy, those short clips, but they actually take a ton of time to produce.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Well, tell us about what you are doing. I want to, first, because I'm super distracted because you happen to bring food and it's Halloween theme, which are, again, two of my just weaknesses. So tell us a little bit about what you brought today.
So let me start by saying I have to obviously create and take pictures every time a new holiday comes around. Mm-hmm. The in-between boards are okay, kind of generic. I also do custom ones and stuff like that, but I haven't done Halloween ones yet. So I decided what better time than today so I can show them off. So I did chocolate dipped apples, chocolate covered strawberries with Oreos, pumpkin chocolate covered strawberries, chocolate covered Oreos, chocolate covered pretzels. There's some like gummy bugs and gummy worms in it in this one. And then this one has in the front Oreo dirt.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to go to the gym real quick. I'll be right back. There's one right next door.
And then that one's kind of more my standard, but with a Halloween theme to it. And it just basically has like a ghost cut out in the brie cheese with blueberry preserves and grapes, and the cheese varies depending on where I can find it and which one's the best one. And obviously I sample all the cheese. I love cheese. So
how could you not?
It's kind of, the meat's always pretty standard.
See these things though. Unfortunately, the way the camera angles are, we can't move it, but we're not that fancy here. But it's actually really, really cute. So when she posts pictures, she's going to give her social media channels out in a little bit. But when she posts pictures, you can go and you can see she actually did cut the shape of a ghost in the middle of the brie cheese and put in, is that jam?
It's blueberry preserves.
Oh, excuse me. Blueberry preserves. All my favorite things on. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, the
Okay.
fruits always kind of vary. The cheeses kind of vary. The meat's pretty standard. It's always like a capicola, a prosciutto, a salami. There's usually 4 meats, and then the cheeses, there's what's in season, what I can find that's fresh and good, and the shopping's fun. I go around to a bunch of different places.
Oh
so
my
that's
God.
fun.
I bet. That's, you guys had a lot of patience for that though, I'm sure.
I don't know. I enjoy it.
Oh, well, you enjoy it. Okay. So that's the thing. If I had to run around town shopping for cheese and meat, I don't know how happy I would be, but that's why I would call Bree. I wouldn't even be doing that. Like, what am I saying?
Yeah, just call me.
Just call Bree. If you don't want to buy Bree, call Bree. Is that too cheesy? No pun intended. It is. All right. I'm getting out of control here. All right. So let's talk a little bit about how you're using social media. So your business is new. You started it after COVID hit. You pivoted. You took this hobby of yours. You turned it into an awesome business. So how are you using social media? I think we've talked about, Instagram is really being your most popular channel.
Yeah, Instagram is definitely the one I've gotten the most business from. Also, Foodies of Palmetto Bay isn't.
That's a thing. Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, a lot of like new small local businesses have been promoting on it. At first, it was kind of a disaster. And what they did was they asked for people to come in and help with it because people were trying to post my car for sale or this that had
is it
no
like a
relevance.
group, like a Facebook group or
so
something?
It's just, through Facebook, kind of like a marketplace or something like that.
Okay.
But it's solely dedicated to food. And what it is basically all the local new businesses and stuff.
Oh,
There's like people that do like barbecue, people that make cookies. There's all different things. So I've posted and actually gotten some business locally from that because it's all on a local
I love it.
scale. And people ask me, can you ship? I make everything fresh. So
oh yeah,
really, I mean, you don't want crackers shipped to you and then if I send you all this stuff, then you can buy that on your own. You're gonna have to still put it together,
right?
Because it's not gonna stay like that if I try to ship it.
Yeah, I think that's the part I would have the least amount of patience with, is putting it all together. First of all, figuring out. Listen, I'm a chips and dip kind of girl, but I love cheese and crackers. But this is amazing. So, yeah, totally all about it.
And people really can't figure out how to either, because I mean, there's some companies that'll ship it that I've looked into trying to figure out. Like, is there a way for me to do it?
Right.
And it's like, okay, they send everything kind of packaged, and then you're left with this, deconstructed board, and you have to figure out how to construct it on your own, kind of. It gives you like a basic directions.
I love it. Sorry, I'm getting questions right now. We're doing Halloween right here, as you can see. He wants to know if we have anything special for Christmas and Thanksgiving that you do.
Yes, I have.
Oh, we have a question that actually came up. That's why it's being asked. There we go. Hi, George.
So I do have
live TV, guys.
I actually do have some Christmas and Thanksgiving ones already from last year in place. But while I was shopping for all my Halloween goodies and stuff, like the coffins and like all the tins and everything, the bowls, and I did find really cool like little scarecrows, like how I have the hat there.
Oh, cute.
I have little scarecrows to put on them. I have like maple leaves in different metallic colors to put the nuts and olives and stuff in. So I've already started working on that too. So that'll be my next one. I always try to promote about a month in advance.
But this is super smart, because now if we're thinking of, we're getting back together, right? Like things are getting a little bit more back to normal. Even if you're doing a small gathering for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, whatever, you can call and be like, hey, I want to, if you're one of those people who doesn't like to show up to a party empty handed, you can call and probably buy something for you too. Or you can do the whole party, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I do. I could do charcuterie tables that have a variety.
Oh, a whole table?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's a thing. They're actually fun. I did one.
That's my dinner plans. We're done. Where's Anthony?
I did one for doing kind of a sip and shop and bringing local women's businesses in. So I did the table for them. But right now too, I'm doing a lot of like pro bono stuff. Until I build my portfolio once again, like I was working on doing before. I mean, before I didn't do a pro bono for events because that's a lot larger, higher cost.
Right.
But so far, that's kind of what I'm doing. So like today's a good day to make this. I never wanted to go to waste. I have to have people to eat it after.
Yeah. Well, you have a bunch of people here that have already been sniffing this out. On our way, we were walking.
I know, that's why I thought it was the perfect opportunity. I'll feed people, I'll make people happy. So I have Christmas ones. I also do dessert boards. I do individual cups. I do individual boxes. Like when there was a lot of drive-through baby showers.
Yeah.
And then I also trying to target, like, because people don't want to touch the same thing.
Right.
So the individual one will just have like 3 pieces of cheese, 3 pieces of meat, like a little olive, a little fruit, a little nuts. Like it has everything.
Yeah.
And like a little, you can check
That's
it out on
super
my
smart.
social media too. I have everything there. I have charcuterie for dogs.
Stop.
If it's your dog's
it.
birthday, I know how into dogs people
Yes,
are. They're
I
like
have
family
3.
members.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one bad boy, but
oh my God, but this is so.
and then I
love
always
this.
do, I don't do like chocolate covered strawberries and all that stuff on a regular basis, but for every holiday, I try to do one thing. Like it really, Valentine's Day was the first one I did. And like I couldn't stop going to the store. I just kept getting more and more orders. It was crazy. So I did a bunch of chocolate covered strawberries for that and candy tins for kids. So these are my Halloween too that I'll do for Halloween. And then that's an extra large board.
Okay.
I have
it is a large board. You guys can't even see the whole thing on the screen on the shot, but
it's 21 inches long.
Okay.
If that can give you an idea. It's almost 2 feet long. So by 17 inches wide.
Yeah.
And then I have large, and then I have smaller ones if you want, like for 4 people. Right. I also do like a box, like a burrata box for 2, which is good for like a date night or just girls' night. They want to have some wine.
Anthony. My husband. Call Bree, you know her. So, okay, I love this. So we actually have another question. George is also asking, what is your Instagram name?
Charcuterie Bree.
Very easy. If you can spell charcuterie.
And then it's Bree.
Bree.
Not spelled like the cheese.
Not the cheese. So
because that's my real name. I've seen other people and people have asked them on Instagram, "Oh, is that your name?" They're like, "No, I wish it was." And I'm like, "Oh, it just happens to be mine."
Yeah, exactly. It just so happens
it
that
worked
my
out.
name is Bree. Yeah, it's like sort of like meant to be. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, okay, so you've really grown your business by getting out there, by networking, by using social media a lot and taking a lot of pictures.
And you have to stay on it constantly.
Yeah.
My husband's like, "Why are you always on your phone?" I'm like, "I swear I'm working. I'm not like playing. I'm not, I'm not playing a game. I'm working."
Yeah, I'm working. I love this. So what if someone wanted to order some of these boards from you, what's the process for that?
So you can either email me, which I have my email on Instagram.
Okay.
You can always message me on either Facebook is the same Charcuterie Bree or on Instagram. And I mean, if you follow Foodies of Palmetto Bay, I'm on there. Sometimes you can message me through that. Really, during the week, I'm not that busy. It's mostly weekends. I do deliver locally for a small fee. Not on holidays, though, because on holidays, it's just not possible to.
Right.
But any other time, I would be happy to deliver it as long as I don't have too many orders, and I'll be upfront with you and honest. And I mean, I usually 24 to 48 hours if it's something during the week. For holidays, once I'm sold out, I'm sold out. I'm sold out completely this weekend for Labor Day.
Wow.
So I kind of have learned what I could handle without going crazy and
sacrificing the quality, right? I mean, that's something.
Yeah, and everything has to be made fresh. So it's not something I can make 2 days in advance and give to you.
Right.
So I don't want you to have stale crackers. I don't want the cheese to be dried out.
Yeah, that's important.
Yes.
For that.
No, and people always ask me too, "Oh, can I just pick it up?" Well, what I always ask, what time are you eating it? Like, do you have somewhere to refrigerate it for those couple hours? So, and people don't really think about those things.
That makes so much sense.
And a large or extra large board doesn't always fit in everyone's fridge. So I try to tell them, get it as close to the time that you're going to eat it.
Right. No, that makes perfect sense. Oh my God, guys, I'm really having a hard time concentrating with Halloween and food. I'm telling you, and cheese. It's like, how do you not like just want to just dive right in? I'm not going to, but anyways.
I'm not going to lie. And I play around with cutting the cheese in different ways. And I like make a stack over here of like, I don't like that way that I cut it. And then I end up eating it. And one time I got so sick because I ate so much cheese.
That would be me. But I don't know that I would learn my lesson, though. Did you learn your lesson?
For a little while. But
for a little while.
I'm kind of back
At
to
least
it.
she's honest. At least she's honest. So we also have some Jewish holidays coming up. So do you do cater for everybody?
I've been looking into it because I've gotten one request from a yacht company
Uh-huh.
and they never ended up ordering anything. So I do custom boards. So you can ask me anything. I've looked into it and it doesn't really seem that hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's going to be different kinds of meat.
Right. Yeah.
Because they're going to have to be kosher.
Then it has to be kosher. Right.
So
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. Because
I've done research on it and I'm willing to do any kind of board.
Anything. Just contact her. Okay, so George says he's following you. That's his comment. Thank you, George. We haven't seen you on the show in a while. You've been MIA a little bit. So anyways, so I love that you're doing all of this. So like, what is the next? Well, first of all, let me ask you this. If someone is they're thinking of taking their hobby and turning it into a business. Let me phrase it that way. What would be your top tips for them?
A lot of research.
Okay.
And every business is completely different and works in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried the Facebook advertising route. That wasn't really working. I tried, because real estate right now is booming so much. People are just instantly selling. That's not really a market that I tried that avenue too.
Like open houses and stuff?
Yes. I'm going into real estate offices.
That's super smart,
I'm taking my product. I've went into gyms with my product. I've literally just handing out cards everywhere. I went into bars. I went into
wow.
I mean, word of mouth is one of the best ways. If somebody can give you a good review or something like that after it, even, then you kind of have to, people don't think of that. So ask them, say, if you love my product,
right,
would you mind giving me a review? It'll take you 2 seconds on Instagram, on Facebook, on whichever avenue of social media, but it kind of makes you relevant.
Right.
And then just stay on social media. I mean, I try to just post story after story. Right. Because in the feed, everything gets lost.
Yeah.
And I was somebody that maybe once a year posted.
Oh, so now you're
on social media. Yeah.
So
on my own personal. And then with the business one, it's just, I've learned that you just have to stay relevant.
Right.
If not, people forget about you.
They do. And you think, we talked about this with our guest last week. You think you post something once and, now everyone's going to have seen it and then everyone's going to remember. And that's not true. They say in marketing is the law of 7. I'd argue it's a little bit more now because of how busy we are and how distracted we are. But the law of 7 basically takes someone 7 times to remember your product or do business with you or whatever it is. So they have to see it 7 times or hear about it 7 times. And really that's one of the things with social networking is to stay top of mind, but also network, right? And connect with people. And if you're not posting and you're not interacting, you can't achieve those goals.
And also, start a business email. Don't have it connected to your regular email.
Yeah.
So it can be completely separate. And get the notification for it on your phone so that you can respond immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So, because you want to be on top of it. If you don't respond immediately, there's so many other people that do the same business as you.
Right.
They're just going to contact the next person.
Right.
And then you've lost the sale. So you have to stay on top of everything.
Yeah. I love that. Just really communicating and doing it often, not just sort of like whenever you feel like it. You know what I mean? So I think those are really good tips.
It's annoying for everyone else. And I've never liked to be one of those people on my phone. But if I get a message during dinner, I'm answering it. It's for my business. You know what I mean? I got to keep on going with it.
Yeah. So I love that. So really stay communicating. Make sure you do your research. Check out with social media what channels are going to work best for you. Obviously, with a product like this, it's very visual. So it's definitely her best channel by far, I can imagine, because it is. So it's growing, it's popular. And her product, again, is so visual that it makes it easy to interact with. So I love that you're doing that. And I love that you're reaching out. And I love that you're doing the grassroots stuff and going out and actually introducing yourself to all these different businesses and handing out cards, because you just never know.
No, and I've gotten random business like that. And then I've gotten people that say, oh my gosh, can I have some more cards? All the girls at the gymnastics studio loved your board that I took it to. So let me give it to the moms. I'd also like to do my son graduated from Gulliver,
Mm-hmm.
so I would love to do like one of their like Christmas fairs or something like
Mhm.
that. The problem in the summer is everything melts. So that's why I haven't done any of the farmers markets or anything like that, because I would love to do that, but then I can just imagine like the bugs, the cheese sweating, it like not a good look.
Yeah, that's so true. You don't even think about that, but that's so true. That is so true. Yeah, when the cooler months, because no one wants to eat,
Yes.
melting cheese. Well, maybe you do, but I don't know. I'm not going to judge even if you did. So, all right. So I have a couple more questions about your boards. Like, what are the most popular things that people order?
There's really a wide range. I kind of do like always a standard that I put nuts unless you tell me you're allergic to them, which please let me know. And right now I'm really into the smoked Gouda over there.
Oh my God, that's
in the back that kind of looks like apples, but I have a new favorite cheese every month.
Yeah.
And then I always put olives, like an olive artichoke mixture, which is in the coffin right now. You can't see it.
Oh, that's what's in there. And this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can open it.
Oh my God. Yeah, you guys can finally see it. But look, it was in a coffin. Is that not the cutest thing? Oh my God, it smells so good. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I have a standard of like 4 meats that I put on every board, even if it's a little board. And then the cheese is, like I said, it's what I find. The crackers is always an assortment of different crackers. And then I always put some kind of fruit, usually grapes. This one, it's like blackberries too, because they're kind of, I don't know, Halloween-ishy.
Yeah, the black. Oh my God. Listen, this is something you want to talk about a Netflix and chill weekend. This is something that I would order. No, not because I'm having a party, just for like, I want to like sit in bed all weekend and eat this and watch Netflix. Like, that's the dream. That's living the dream.
The burrata box is really popular too. Because it's so simple. It's just a box. It's $45, but it's perfect for date night because it has 2 of the big. I don't know. I love burrata.
I love burrata.
It's a craze right now, kind of. So it just comes over like mixed greens. It has some heirloom tomatoes, some of kind of like the more like breadish kind of crackers because they hold up better to it.
Right.
And then it comes. I do like little cup with olive oil and a little cup with balsamic.
Oh my God.
And I order all like the balsamic and stuff. It's not just from like Publix because I can't find a good one there.
So it's like special. Oh my God, that sounds delicious. And then you also do sweet trays. You said like this, like desserts.
Yes, I have actually. You're gonna have to go a while back in my Instagram. But if you look, I have like for Valentine's Day, I did dessert boards, like date ones that had like a little mousse cake in the middle of them. Or I did with cookies and all kinds of goodies for Christmas and New Year's. I did actually some big dessert boards that would have like different kinds of chocolates on it. I always try to put like something in the center.
Oh my God. Well, if you're not following Bree, make sure that you do it. It is Charcuterie Bree, but not like Brie the cheese. Bree is how she spells her name. It is super cute that matches up, but it's not the cheese. It's her actual it's her actual name. It's like, oh, what's Misty short for? I get that all the time. Nothing. It's on my birth certificate. It is what it is. So anyways, so all right, so we're actually coming to the end of the show. I cannot believe that the time is already like just flying by. See, I told you it would fly by. So what are some other things that we need to know if we want to order one of these fabulous boards from you?
Message me the extra large boards. I mean, if you want to know a little bit about pricing, the extra large boards, as long as it's not a custom board, are roughly $200. The large, which is actually only a tiny bit smaller, these feed like 10 to 14 people.
10 to 14.
Depending, like if you have other food or, I mean, it's a lot. Like once you start
like snacking
eating
on it,
and it's a lot of food. And the large board is only slightly smaller.
Okay.
And that's $175. And then the smaller boards, I have different shape of smaller boards. I kind of have trouble, like I haven't found the greatest like supplier yet. So I'm kind of like with the little boards, sometimes they'll be long, sometimes they're like short and fat, but they're the same size in the end. They fit the same amount of food. Those are about $100.
Okay.
And then like something like this is $45. And then these are $25.
Oh.
for the little ones, and they come wrapped up with a bow.
I
So they're
mean,
not going to be open like this. I just wanted you guys to see them. And same with the boards, they
Right.
come wrapped in cellophane.
it was wrapped before we unwrapped it for the show. I can vouch for that.
Just couldn't see through it as well.
Yeah, that's why we unwrapped it. Oh my God, I love that. And if someone wanted to do something larger, like a table, that's like how much time in advance do you need to know for that?
I would have to know at least a week. And if it was going to be a holiday or something like that, like a month in advance, because then I wouldn't take the other orders, because that's a lot of shopping for it and a lot of pricing it out. And that's custom, because you can tell me too, I want certain things on it, certain colors, certain flowers, because that's more like a decoration. Like it's almost like you're doing an event and you're doing centerpieces and everything else, because it's like a whole full decoration. You want it to go with your theme and everything else.
Yeah. So if you guys are even thinking about using Bree for the holidays, make sure that you contact her like now. Like, don't be that person that gets left out because you're like, oh, I forgot, whatever. If you have a corporate event coming up and you want to do one of these tables, or you want to bring one of these to a party, or you're hosting something, make sure you contact her now, right?
Yes, I also do like sandwich boards also for corporate events where it's like build your own sandwich, or some people already want it built. So I do that as well. And for yachts I've worked with, they request like a dip, chips, popcorn, chicken. I do like little mini Cubans.
What's flashing through my mind right now is tailgating season, which is like here.
Yes.
Right? We have some big games coming up this weekend, at least in college football, and stuff is just starting to happen again. So like this is like if you're doing one of those like really fancy like all out tailgates, I can imagine picking up one of these. And yeah, it might melt, but when it's a little bit cooler, or maybe the sandwich board would be a good option. But
yes, and I also have, if you obviously, I understand from like out of towners. So a lot of times what I do with the yacht company is they'll get my board back. We kind of recycle it because the people aren't going to take that home with them. But if I do a platter on a yacht, it'll blow away. It's too light.
Yeah.
So we've tried a bunch of different things. It's all trial and error. I do veggie platters, fruit platters also, but I do have like the big platters, like Publix, I guess. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but the big black platters or whatever with the plastic tops. I do have those as well. If you want something, to throw in the garbage after, or not as big and heavy.
Right. So basically, whatever your needs are, I think she has you covered. So with that, I think we're going to wrap up today's show, because I want to dig into these boards and I'm not going to do it with the camera on. So selfish. So anything else that you want to add, or?
No, just message me. I'm here. I'm willing to talk to you. Do anything custom. I mean, within means, obviously, but just try to give me notice is all I have to say, especially if it's going to be a holiday. Let me know ahead of time, because I do get busy and I work basically by myself. So let me know ahead of time is all I can say. And once I have the deposit, you're locked in, your board will be made, and
that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Sounds easy enough to me. All right. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime. Next week we are off because it is Labor Day. So we will see you the following Monday. We have some awesome guests coming up for you on the show. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me directly, or if there's a topic that you want us to cover on the show, happy to do that as well. Shout out to our show's producer, Tommy. Thank you, as always, for being back there and helping us make this look professional. And that's it. I hope you guys have an awesome week, and we will see you soon. Have an awesome Labor Day weekend, and stay safe out there.